Welcome to the ISNI poster presentation for the SSP 48th Annual Meeting. I'm Elena Marie Chapman from the ISNI International Agency. Over the past few years, our posters have focused on explaining why ISNI, the International Standard Name Identifier, matters for scholarly communications, supporting research integrity, enhancing metadata quality, and enabling interoperability. This year, we're taking the next step, focusing on how ISNI can be adopted in practice and where it fits into real-world research and scholarly publishing workflows. As this year's SSP theme highlights, scholarly publishing is navigating a period of real turbulence. AI-assisted content, increasing submission volumes, strained peer review systems, and growing pressure on trust and credibility are all reshaping the landscape. In this environment, identity infrastructure becomes foundational, because when identity breaks down, so does attribution, discovery, and ultimately trust. Across the ecosystem, we see common pressure points: name ambiguity at scale across authors, editors, reviewers, and beyond, inconsistencies through multilingual and multinational contexts, fragmented identity data across systems, and growing complexity introduced by AI and automation. These challenges directly impact metadata quality, reporting, and research integrity. ISNI is designed to address these challenges as infrastructure. As an ISO standard, ISO 27729, ISNI provides persistent identifiers for both individuals and organizations across the full research and publishing lifecycle. Importantly, ISNI is not a replacement for other industry standards or identification schemes. Instead, it works alongside them, helping to connect, reconcile, and strengthen identity data across systems. It brings together curated, trusted data from multiple sources to support more reliable attribution and interoperability. ISNI is also cross-sectoral by design. It sits alongside identifiers like ISBN, ISSN, and ISRC, and is not limited to a single domain. Instead, ISNI operates across research, publishing, libraries, music, and rights management, providing a shared identifier layer that connects contributors and organizations across sectors. This also allows ISNI to act as a bridging identifier, enabling crosswalks between different identifier systems and helping align identity data across platforms. In doing so, ISNI extends scholarly identity beyond the scholarly ecosystem, supporting discoverability, attribution, and reuse across a much broader landscape. You can see this value across key workflow stages. At submission, where contributor identities are first captured, within editorial and peer review systems, across metadata dissemination to services like Crossref and discovery platforms, in institutional reporting and analytics, and in rights, backlist, and posthumous attribution. In each case, ISNI helps reduce ambiguity, improve consistency, and strengthen the integrity of the scholarly record. Standards like ISNI matter more than ever. They help maintain trustworthy attribution under AI pressure, ensure metadata persists across platforms and over time, and provide infrastructure that scales without adding burden for researchers. A recent milestone reinforces this role. ISNI now has an official URN namespace, meaning it is recognized as a persistent internet-native identifier. In practical terms, this ensures that ISNI identifiers remain stable and usable regardless of how technologies evolve, supporting long-term resilience for scholarly metadata. So what does adoption actually look like? It's simpler than many expect. You can start by searching the ISNI database, which is publicly available, to find existing identifiers for creators, contributors, and organizations. You can then incorporate ISNIs into your metadata within submission systems, editorial workflows, or dissemination processes. If an ISNI doesn't exist, it can be assigned via ISNI registration agencies without requiring researcher action. Existing records can be updated and enriched via the ISNI database, improving accuracy across connected systems. And for larger organizations, ISNI supports batch matching and integration, enabling adoption at scale with minimal disruption. There are now over 16.5 million ISNIs assigned worldwide, including over 5 million researchers, institutions, and scholarly publishers. And that number keeps growing as open research practices expand globally. If you'd like to explore this further, we've created a resource that expands on everything covered in this poster, including practical guidance on how to discover, assign, and integrate ISNIs into your workflows. You can access it by scanning the QR code on screen now. In turbulent times, strong foundations matter. ISNI helps ensure that identity data remains accurate, connected, and trusted, supporting scholarly communication today and into the future. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to continuing the conversation.